Hello, and thank you for your interest in these sci-fi gloves. In this package, I've actually made a new shader. So as an update to the previous pack, which only contained 4 different materials, master materials that is, for 4 gloves, this has now been changed to a single master material with a customizable shader that lets you change the colors to different tones. It kind of makes these 3 sort of obsolete, but they still stand because they have their own albedo maps. But now you can change those things. So for example, if I take this glove here and I'll just clone it off and go to the materials, I'm just going to duplicate this dark grey by doing Control W. That will be Control D in Unreal Engine 5, and just call this custom. I'm just going to drag this onto there, and I'll Control Shift and S to save everything. I'm just going to open this up and move it aside a little bit. So what can you change in this now? Well, once you've got this checkbox checked, so you see without it checked, it's going to use these default textures, and you do still have some control over color and metalness and things like that you can play around with here. But other than that, if you enable this, you can fully customize the RGB of this ID map. Now the ID map is generated for you before I've imported this. When I made the asset, I made ID maps for it, so it's convenient to then use that to change the colors. So for example, I can change this R channel, which is the base material of the glove. I can change this to anything that I want, let's say like a brown or something. Something like that. And also the G channel, if I change this, this is going to change these, and I can maybe make a kind of bluish grey metal. And the blue channel is changing this padding bit, but because this is black already, it gets multiplied into it. So there might be a modification made to the shader to make this a little bit better. I'll see how that goes. And then this one is actually an overall tint of everything, so you can change this to tint the value of everything. Best to leave that white. Okay, up here you've got some other options like adjusting the metalness, but pre-boosting the metalness as well, which will help you to then make it more shiny, because the adjust metal shine here is sort of dependent on the metalness value. So the more I drive that, the more metallic that's going to look. But that's pretty much it. So you can make up your own custom looking gloves and use that RGB masking there. If you open this up, you can actually work out what it's doing. You can see that there's actually more channels. There's some cyan for the stitching, and if you work that out, that's actually red and blue. So the red and blue channels, if I go back to the custom and look at red and blue, so it's brown and the blue color here, they're actually mixing to make this stitching this color. So you can see blue is actually contributing to the stitching color a bit there. So that's quite handy. You can make this a bit darker. Now it's just missing a little bit, just where the definition isn't clear enough, and that's just the way it goes with the texture. But hopefully you can use this shader for other things, so it's not just handy for these handy gloves, but you can use it for anything, depending how you work out how you do your ID maps and things like that. But that's pretty much it for this update. I'm going to push this back to 4.26, 4.27 and Unreal Engine 5. If you do need an earlier version, just comment or ask a question in the product page, and I'll see about getting an earlier update. But I'll try and get it as far back as I can based on the installed versions I've got, and see how it goes from there. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy this product. Bye.